Mike Minotti.
Jan Ochoa.
Look, there's a tower. We're on top of this person's back. This still might be a Mega Man game. We're looking at Pragmata.
Nothing. What's a Pragmata with you?
Nothing much, buddy. I got the chance to check out Pragmata over at the Capcom office, and I thought I'd look over some footy with you, Mr. Minotti.
Wow, look at this. You're in Times Square here. Okay, interesting. So, I mean, I've really mostly just seen spaceship stuff. Well, that's a Inception happening here too. The floor is a wall.
So, like you, Mike, most of what I've seen from this game has been inside a space station, very closed corridors, type of environment. So it is pretty cool to see the game kind of open up. This is, from my understanding, supposed to be like a replicated New York, not quite Times Square.
Okay, so that's why there's all this sort of weird funkiness with these sort of shards jetting off of taxis and whatnot.
Yeah, I think this is still technically on the space station that you were in on the game.
Okay, okay, it makes sense. Maybe a holodeck situation or something adjacent to it.
Well, perhaps, because we may not see it in this footage, but there's like some quick, rapid 3D printing happening.
There's a Ghouls and Ghosts reference over there. I saw it. I saw that sign that said Ghouls and Ghosts.
Cool.
Cool.
But Mike, so the thing that I worry about, though, and I just want to get this initial worry out, the previous preview that I checked out followed a similar structure to this, where you kind of get to a set piece, and then you have to go unlock 5 to 6 different doors or find 5 to 6 different keys. And that's what this preview consisted of. And, you know, this is just a slice of the game. It could be completely different at the end here. But that's my initial worry. That being said...
And where it's going to be formulaic, where you're kind of going to get tired of this, maybe.
But then this one had these weird baby things.
These enemies look cool.
I will say I do like the design of a lot of the enemies here. We've seen like the mannequin, like automaton looking ones. We'll see a couple more like bipedal ones, and we'll see those baby enemies again. So for folks that haven't seen any of Pragmata's gameplay, it is this 2-stage combat where you, with Diana, the little robot girl on your back, she's hacking, and you're doing that with the D-pad, or the face buttons, and then as she hacks, that weakens the shield on the enemies, and then Hugh can just blast straight through them.
Man, and I really love that gameplay loop. Like I played the demo on Switch too, so that's been my experience with all of this, and that just sort of baseness, like combat loop, feels really good to me.
Yeah, and so far from like previously, that last enemy encounter, fairly light, maybe like 2 to 3 enemies, but then they quickly throw you into these combat situations where they just start flooding you with dudes. You start to unlock enough mobility and like different abilities to kind of like this like little dash you get there to get out of the way and everything. But I kind of liked how busy the combat gets.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of The World Ends With You, which was a game where you were kind of like, you almost had like 2 fights happening at the same time. So you're doing all this shooting and moving and dodging, but you're also constantly worried about this hacking mini game with its own intricacies, and the interplay between the two seems really neat. Or it's like that DS game, Henry Hatsworth.
There we go, buddy.
Like.
So as you progress through levels, they kind of follow like a Dark Souls or Demon Souls type of thing, where you're unlocking these checkpoints or shortcuts. You unlock a hatch to go back to your HQ. At your HQ, you'll use various currencies to upgrade Diana's hacking ability.
Upgrade Diana. Upgrade this child.
She's a robot, everyone. It's chill for the most part. That doesn't excuse the internet for being weird, though. But here, Hugh can upgrade his suit, so get more defense, HP, as well as his primary weapon. And the thing I like about some space shooters, Mike, is like you don't really have to worry about ammo or reloading. You just have to wait for it to recharge.
Yeah, and I do usually like when that's the thing. You know, Capcom has made a lot of games with ammo scarcity. Oh my god, this looks a lot like the terrifying monster in Resident Evil 9, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so which, by the way, just Capcom and games with little blonde girls really a pair this year.
Little blonde girls and creepy big boys chasing
Yeah,
you.
creepy big boys that are still sort of baby adjacent somehow.
Yeah. So these enemies,
God.
they throw a neat twist on like the hacking. So because of the shields on its face, Diana can't move her little hacking cursor through. So what you got to do, you just got to blast the little antenna shields, and then that'll enable Diana to like continue hacking.
Jan, that is one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Yes.
I think that rules. Oh my gosh! Again, like I love that the two systems are connected like that. It's not just she has this hacking mini game and he's shooting. They interact with each other, and one can be sort of in a stuck situation where only the other one can help.
Like that, we just hacked the sentry shooting a missile, and we were able to hack the missile to shoot back at the sentry.
Jan, that was so cool!
This game is very cool, Mike. Like, I'm not... I go back and forth on, like, the dystopian, futuristic tech look sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes it gets a little exhausting after a while.
Yeah. But the way that they're doing it here, for me, I find it to be a little bit more palatable, or at least it's appealing to me. Going back to the combat, Mike, you'll see on, like, the left and right there of the screen on the bottom, those are like sidearms that run out. So that shockwave gun, that stasis net, you'll have to just find more of those as you progress through the environment. Also, the more that Diana hacks, she builds like an overdrive gauge.
Yeah.
And then when you fire that off, it stuns every visible enemy in an area. It's very, very useful.
It's her limit break, right?
It's her limit break, yeah. Here we're going to get to the big boss of this area. This happens after you unlock the 6 gates. The unfortunate part, Mike, is that the footage we were provided doesn't show off too much of the interplay between Diana and Hugh. And I don't know, sometimes with like kids in media.
Yeah, I was wondering, I was going to ask you about that. Like, is this child annoying?
No, I found her to be like super charming, and like Hugh definitely picks up that like foster dad energy of like, hey, like even though you're a robot, I'm gonna protect you, or like I'm gonna show you like the wonders and cool stuff of being human.
But like, not is it in like a sad dad way? Is it like The Last of Us adjacent? Like, I guess I'm curious, what is the vibe, the tone of the game? Is it sort of dark and dour? Is it kind of this is all sort of goofy and silly? Like, what is it doing?
I think it rides the line between having like heartfelt moments between Diana and Hugh, and Diana kind of like learning about the human experience, and then for Hugh, Diana's company is like kind of refreshing and helping him from the isolation of working in this space station. It definitely...
It's a passenger's like?
No, not a passenger's like. Better than that.
God, this boss looks pretty cool, by the way. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, like this. During the demo when I was taking on this boss, Mike, like my hands were getting sweaty because of how intense it felt.
Oh my god, run!
Exactly.
Oh my god, that's so cool. You like barely make it.
And
dang, this is a big boy.
They play with the verticality in this game. Like Hugh kind of feels like a hefty character for folks that have checked out the demo. And like, you know, his little boost pads help him out a little bit, but they definitely mess around with the verticality. And I think there's going to be like this, right? Like you got to jet up, and zip up these platforms. I think they're definitely going to play around with platforming, which I'm very curious to see how it's going to manifest.
Wait. Platforming and shooting? Are you sure this isn't related to Mega Man, Jim?
Mikey, I asked it. I asked the question again.
You asked for me.
I did. I was like, hey, is this a covert Mega Man game? You can tell me.
Well, I mean, of course they didn't say yes, but like, how did they respond? Is it clear they were hiding something from you?
A little chuckle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, charge piercer. This is like a big ray gun. Oh.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, I love these things. Like, you gotta destroy them to stop impeding the hacking. That is So cool. God, it's a good idea.
And unfortunately, that is the end of the footage we have here, Mike. But like, I think I walked away from this demo or this preview very, very positive and even more excited for the game than I initially was. The concern I have is just pretty much what I brought up at the top of hoping it's not too formulaic, and maybe from like level to level or section to section, the gameplay switches up a bit more than what I've seen.
Yeah, and yeah, that's maybe my only question right now, because I think the shooting and the hacking, that stuff is great. So
Yes.
some of it's just going to come down to things like pacing and level design, and I don't want to say the story's too important. Like, has the story ever been all that important in a Resident Evil game? Really?
Right.
No, I just kind of need the events of the plot to move characters to interesting places, and I need the characters to be good more than I need the story to be good. But I also don't want the story to get real stupid or make some kind of weird left turn that throws me off, something like that.
Yeah, at least from the moment to moment, it seemed okay, and I did enjoy the growing bond and friendship and familial relationship that was building with Hugh and Diana, as a certain section that happened in between unlocking the doors. Mike, you come across, like, you're in a fashion district, so Diana asks like, "Hey, what was shopping like? What was Earth like with like these mannequins? Are these mannequins evil?" And then Hugh's like, "Oh no, like this is what we did. This is what we used to do." And it's fun hearing Diana's excitement learning about humanity and stuff. And you're also coming across like different codecs, video recordings of scenes that had happened in the level as you're exploring. And also, Diana doesn't seem like a helpless child character. She is actually very competent, and even so far in like the little bits that I've played, the writing with Diana, she isn't an annoying child.
Right. And she doesn't seem like scared or terrified, right? She's kind of like, yeah. She seems up for it.
Yes.
I don't really want to ask, because like I guess I want to find out on my own, but when you're running around New York, you were by some donut shop or something that was called Diana's. And I was like, what is that about? So there's plenty of intrigue here, it seems.
Yeah. The right before you unlock the big doors to get to that boss battle, they do encourage some exploration of the area. So there is some intrigue to pick up on, and seeing what else this world is hiding, and other miscellaneous little secrets as well. Something that didn't get highlighted with the hacking is that there is the occasional yellow tile, and that yellow tile you can upgrade to get different support yellow tiles. So if you're hacking and you go through those yellow tiles, they'll have different effects. Some of them will just boost your defense, and other ones, Mike, will do a multi-hack thing. So if you are targeting one enemy, you go across the multi-hack tile, you'll wind up hacking whatever enemies you have in your line of sight. So they get super handy.
AoE hacking.
AoE hacking, yeah. Like I said, Mike, I'm very excited. Capcom's been on a heater of games, and I think this is going to continue that. It may not be for everyone, but I think this is going to appeal to enough people, because it's not just a third-person shooter. There's a lot going on there, like with the hacking games, and the hacking isn't just for combat. It's going to be present in various puzzles that you come across as well.
Yeah, and it's a new franchise for Capcom, probably. Right?
Oh yeah,
but it's neat to see them do that. Obviously Resident Evil has been firing on all cylinders, and they've gone back to things like Dragon's Dogma and Devil May Cry. Onimusha's coming back, Okami coming back. I am that guy. He's like, well, where's Beautiful Joe then, and where's this thing, and then But it's actually super cool to see them doing something new here, to still have it feel so Capcom-y, right? There's a Capcom quality here. Part of it because RE engine sort of has a distinctiveness to it that I really like. I like the way that engine feels and looks for the most part. We know that this game is scaling really well because, again, that Switch 2 demo.
Yeah.
looked great, and this is going to be everywhere. So this game's going to be accessible to a lot of people.
100%. And for folks where it matters, I did my preview was on a PS5 Pro, and I didn't notice a single hitch at all in the section I was playing. And Mike, I gotta say it here again. I gotta tell the folks at home that being around y'all has made me an elite professional gamer.
Oh, are you beating that demo before everyone else again, Jan?
Yet again, Mikey.
Let's go.
Let's
go. All that
mistraining.
All that mistraining.
All the competitive stuff of beating other websites. This wasn't a formal competition with anyone, but I beat them all.
Did Kind of Funny's person finish last? You can tell me.
No.
Who was it?
A certain Souls fan was also there, and then I bested him. He did show up a little late to the appointment, so I'll give him that.
I remember doing the Shadow of Erdtree preview, and it very clearly just turned into all of us getting to the first boss, and like kind of looking around to be like, am I the last person still fighting this boss?
Yeah.
And PR was even trying to be like, haha, you should stop fighting the boss and explore more. We're like, no, this is a matter of pride, actually. Sorry.
But like the shooting feels very good, Mike. For folks that are curious about wanting to see how it feels, I believe the Switch 2 demo is still out.
Yeah, it is. My big question now, because usually when I think of first-person or third-person shooters, I want to do mouse and keyboard. I'm not sure how the hacking feels on mouse and keyboard, because like using the face buttons for the hacking feels really good. So I might actually want to do controller for this jam. We'll see.
I think so. Like I didn't inquire at all about what a mouse and keyboard layout would look like, but just like being able to fire off the hacking as you were shooting. And this was B-roll provided by Capcom. Shouts out to them. But your boy was getting mad tricky with it, because combining the like multi-hack node and then just targeting other people and getting Diana's overdrive to work in tandem with juggling all of the different weapons is a really fun time. It's just also fun to just run around as Hugh. I think Hugh goes to the school that Leon S. Kennedy founded of like dropping dumb, inappropriate quips when they are not needed.
Let's go. I like that. I am all for that. I wonder if Hugh's going to remain like a faceless character. I wonder if he's going to be in his little suit the entire time, or
I forget. I swear I saw his face, but maybe I'm just imagining it. But I that being said, I also like the design of the suit. I think they showed some like early costumes that you could buy for DLC, and one of them is like Bumblebee from Transformers, I think.
Okay, like jokes about it being a Mega Man like aside, there should be some Mega Man-esque costumes in the game.
There has to be, right? Like, and then Diana could easily be Roll, right? It's so easy.
Oh yeah, come on, to be the easiest thing in the world. Yeah. Please.
Mikey, I'm very excited for Pragmata coming very, very soon. Thank you for checking it out with me.
Yes, this is gosh, especially right now in terms of games coming out relatively soon. Almost a month today when we're recording this, April 17th, and Switch 2, PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, basically everywhere. Yeah, I'm stoked for this. Capcom could be in position to have an amazing year. If this happens, Onimusha also happens this year. They've been doing some good stuff over there.
Great stuff. Thanks, Mikey.
Bye.